Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's been a while. To be honest with you guys, my mental health has not been the best. So I've just been focusing on myself lately, taking care of my mental well-being. But I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is enjoying their week. As you can see, it's another beautiful day here in Honolulu, Hawaii. I am truly living in paradise. Truly living in paradise, guys. I have $1 million question for Jehovah's Witnesses. Why are they still preaching? Why are Jehovah's Witnesses still preaching? Now, last year, a governing body leader, he made an announcement. This is some new lights. And he said, anyone now can wait to the very last minute and see the signs of the Great Tribulation. They can recognize that Jehovah is the true God at the very last minute. They can repent and become a witness during the Great Tribulation, right? So if that's the case, if anyone can see that Jehovah is the true God at the very last minute during the Great Tribulation, doesn't that defeat the purpose of people preaching right here and right now? Why are Jehovah's Witnesses still preaching if anyone could just wait to the very last minute? See, if you are a PMO, if you could still communicate with your Jehovah's Witness family, that is a question you can ask them, just to plant some seeds, just to get their minds going, because I feel like the governing body leaders, they shot themselves in the foot when they made that announcement, right? And first off, for him to even say that, for him to even say, oh, anyone could wait until the very last minute and become a witness during the Great Tribulation, for him to say that, right? How would he know that if the governing body leaders are not even inspired by God? If they're not communicating with God? Where is he getting this information from? You see, it's sad that Jehovah's Witnesses, they fell, like I've mentioned numerous times on my channel, Jehovah's Witnesses fell to think critically. They fail to ask themselves questions. They just obey. They listen to whatever the governing body leaders say. They listen to them without asking the appropriate questions. But going back to the topic of this video, why are Jehovah's Witnesses still preaching? Now, the other day, I was walking around town and I saw something that I've never seen a witness do before. I was kind of taken back. So I seen two witnesses at the carts, right? In downtown Honolulu. I'm assuming there was a married couple, a guy and a girl. The guy, the male, he had an earbud in his ear at the cart. So I'm like, hold up, what is he listening to? Jay-Z? Tupac? Lil Wayne? Like, how do you have an earbud out in service? Isn't your attention supposed to solely be on the preaching work? But you know what? I feel like these witnesses are getting so bored standing in front of the carts. They know no one is approaching them. Yes, I know they're trying to get their hours in, but excuse me, I have to sip on my coffee real quick. But yeah, I know these witnesses are trying to get their hours in, but what are you doing? It's supposed to be a life-saving message. Growing up in this organization, I started door knocking as a little kid in the 90s. And you know, I've said this before in my videos. I'm gonna keep saying this. That this is crucial. How do you go from knocking on people's doors with the Bible, right? Keep in mind, The Bible is supposedly inspired by God. Supposedly, right? The Bible is inspired by God. Supposedly. So how do witnesses go from something, from producing, from using their Bibles, which is supposedly inspired by God? How do you go from that to standing in front of a cart, and when people ask you questions, all you do is point to them and say, oh, you got any questions? Go to jw.org. And jw.org is not inspired by God. So what witnesses are doing is kind of backwards, because they don't even use the Bible anymore when they preach. They point to a website that's not even inspired by God. And it's sad that witnesses, all they do is, like I said before, all they do is listen to the governing body leaders. They listen, and obey. They don't think, they don't stop to think and ask questions. Because when you stop to think and ask questions, you will realize, oh shoot, none of this makes sense. Why am I preaching if a governing body leader just mentioned, he just said that anyone could wait until the very last minute during the Great Tribulation? If anyone could live their lives, anyone and everyone, if they could live their lives, celebrate holidays, birthdays, you could associate with people outside of your religion. If you could be as free as a bird and live your life authentically and still make it to the other side, still make it to paradise, then why are Jehovah's Witnesses still preaching in the year 2025? Somebody, make it make sense. Once again, if you are a PMO watching this video, I encourage you to ask your devout Jehovah's Witness family and friends that question. Ask them that. Hey, why are we preaching? I'm confused. If anyone could wait till the last minute and see the signs at the last minute, and if they could make it to paradise, just like we can make it to paradise, then why are we preaching? Doesn't that defeat the entire point of preaching? If anyone and everyone could wait until the very last minute? Guys, it is time to plant some seeds. Like, this organization should not be around. With all the information that's online, this organization should not be around in the year 2025. It's crazy. The information is out there for anyone and everyone. Every witness could do some research, do their research, and wake up. But instead, they want to stay brainwashed. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? I've tried to encourage so many Jehovah's Witnesses to do their research, and right off the bat, oh, you're a wicked, evil apostate. Right off the back, shun, blocked, unfriend, the whole nine, right? And I no longer feel bad. I feel bad for the witnesses, for Jehovah's Witnesses. But this is my philosophy. You reap what you sow. If Jehovah's Witnesses want to put their faith and trust in mere men, the governing body leaders, who are not even inspired by God, then sad to say, they deserve to die believing in a lie. They deserve that. Because you have people like me who's trying to encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to do their research and wake up and realize and see this organization for what it really is, right? If you decide to ignore me, block me, shun me, when I have nothing but pure good intentions to help you see the truth about the truth, then you deserve to die believing in a lie. That is what we call poetic justice. That is what we call karma. Because you're choosing to be ignorant. You're choosing to be closed-minded. You're choosing to waste your life away. For what? For what? Anyway, guys, I want to make this video short. I love you guys. I hope everyone is doing well. And let's continue to show Jehovah's Witnesses love. If you're being shunned by your family and friends, when they wake up, and I feel like more and more people will wake up eventually, when they wake up, show them nothing but love, because They were just lost and brainwashed, just like we once were, right? We were in their shoes before. We know how it feels to be brainwashed. So continue to love Jehovah's Witnesses, even if they don't show you the same love in return. Guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next video.